Yo, what's up guys? Do you ever feel like you don't really see the fingerboard? You kind of hear things that you wish you could play, but for some reason all this part is kind of vague. Alright, so I want to talk about this right now. I remember really well not seeing the fingerboard and having that feeling of vagueness, basically just like not seeing what's happening, not understanding what notes I'm playing, and just not seeing it, just not understanding how to go about it. So today we are going to solve it. You ready? Alright, so like everything, it takes time, right? But I'm gonna show you the framework of how to really unlock the fingerboard. One of the most important things I feel is to really see the triads, the 1, 3, 5. So we're gonna start with C major, mapping that in 5 position of just C major scale. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing, we'll play that, and then we'll do a few variations, a few things, a few cool exercises to really control it and hear it. Let's go. So before I'm gonna play the exercise, I want you to hear how nice C major sounds like. So this is just 1, 3, 5, just 3 notes, but really these notes sounds really great. Now when we're talking about music, and we are talking about music, the 1, 3, 5, the triads are really in the core of every song, every solo, everything we really think about. Again, of course there are exceptions, but in general, the music that we probably like, rock, jazz, blues, classical music, Indian music, they all have that relationship between the center and the other note. Whether it's a blues scale or just C major scale. This is all relationship between one center and the notes. Now the triad is in the core of that, because the triad is basically articulating the center. The triads tells us where we are harmonically and gives us those basically coordinates. So if we understand the coordinates, the 1, 3, 5 throughout the neck, we can actually do a lot of damage. Alright, I hope I convinced you, and now let's do it. We're gonna start here in the 5th string. I'm gonna play this shape here, and you probably know it, but I'm gonna show you the fingerings that I'm using right now. So this is starting with 2, and then 1 on the E, then 4, then I'm going, what am I doing? Going to the 2 here again, 3, 1, 4. I guess this is kind of like triad here. One more time, so 1, 3, 5, 1 with the second finger, 3rd, 1st, 4th. Now of course there are many options, different fingerings, and I use also different fingerings in different times. It depends where I want to go, but I would say it's very important to kind of nail one fingering. Let's hear it again. C, Do, and try to listen and tell yourself what notes you're playing. Okay, this is C, this is E, this is the 3rd, this is G, this is the 5. Because if you're just gonna move your fingers, it's not gonna be as helpful. Because I want to also know this is G and this is E. So, and oh, this is also E, right? So we want to know what notes we're playing, so it's all making sense. Alright, ready for position 2? So here, what we're gonna do is the same thing. I'm gonna start from the 6th string here, going back. Why? Because I can. So C, E, G, C, E, G, and C. And notice that I'm trying to not use the same fingers, so I'm kind of switching. Because you can also play this whole thing with like a little bar, right? Sometimes I feel when we're playing these bar chords, it's a little bit of a problem because we don't really control everything. So I just want to have the option. So again, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. Yeah, just C major. And I'm using alternate picking in general with my right hand. So this is position 2. I would do the same thing, that I'm kind of listening. Really telling myself, oh, G, E, C, And sometimes I'll sing like do, mi, sol, do, mi, sol, mi, do, sol, mi. Okay, this one is the one you probably know. This is the third position. It's kind of the usual kind of C in position from the sixth string, starting with the second finger here. So 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 4. I'm kind of insisting not to do the bar right now. Sometimes I'll do that too, but right now I'm gonna do 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4. If you want, there is also a PDF with the notation and tab on my Patreon. So again, one more time. Let's hear the C. Do. Okay. E, G, C, E. And this process of tagging, although it takes a minute, it's gonna really affect everything you do, everything you hear. Because, you know, if you're serious about music, and if you're here, I think you are, you really wanna hear things, you wanna play things better. So articulating the tries and understanding how to hear it and how to see it would really make everything click together. So trust me on this one, okay? Position 4 is gonna be 3 octaves of C major triad. So, which I freaking love. So what's happening here? I'm starting from the second finger, doing 2, 1, 4, and then kind of copy paste to the C here. 2, 1, 4, same thing, 2, 1, 4, and then sliding to the top C. And then heading back, I'm kind of sliding with my fourth finger, then doing 1, 2, 1, slide, 1 here, 3, 2, 4. So it's a little different fingering. And of course, many options. You can find a better option, please, there's no problem. I'm just showing you kind of what I do and what I feel pretty comfortable. Yeah. All right, ready for the fifth option? The fifth one is here. So we started mapping C here, kind of going back, C staying here, and then we did one C that's kind of crossing, and this is C here. So basically, again, we're just mapping the fingerboard and trying to see all the options. Here I'm gonna start from the note E with my first finger. So first finger, third finger, fourth finger, third finger, first finger, second, first, 4. And what's happening here again? Let's hear it slower and listen carefully to the sound and colors. Do, the third to the fifth, to the first, to the root, right? This is C, E, G, C, E, G. Now the thing is, we're gonna meet those notes again and again. So if we know this is C, we're gonna recognize it as the 7th of A flat major 7, right? Try to see those notes and keep telling yourself. It's like tagging colors. So you say, oh, this is red, this is blue, etc., etc. So we want to really make sure we listen as deeply as possible. In this section here, we're going to do a few simple variations on the positions. Instead of playing the first position straight up, we're going to do a little variation. So basically playing 1, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3. Now, these exercises are just good to see it and hear it, right? Because we just want to be flexible with the information. It's not that you actually need to play this exercise in a million BPM, and you could if you wanted to, but it's not the point. I think the point is really just being flexible and being able to play it in different combinations and different permutations, basically. Second position starting from the C. And again, keep tagging that information. Tell yourself C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E. So again, just kind of like little games and little playful variations on the scale. You see here I did use a bar. And then the fourth position, that's the 3 octaves. Alright, one more and then we're good. Although that might seem hard in the beginning, I'm promising you, if you do it enough times, it's gonna be really easy, and it's really gonna lock in your ears and fingers. So you're gonna start seeing things, and then the next step is actually playing chromatic notes to these 1, 3, 5. This is really cool. I'm just playing half step beneath the chord tone. Already music. So all I'm doing, the first one was just playing the half step beneath the chord tone, ascending, descending. The second one, I just did it twice. So or you can also do 1 chromatic 1. So basically kind of like a triplet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm just doing everything on the tri. So check this out. You can do it a little faster. So it's really cool to articulate the centers. Now, one more exercise that is really gonna lock things for you to just see the triads and transition between them. What we're gonna do right now is play major triads in this area of the guitar between open string to fret 5, switching in the cycle of fourth, only major triads. I'm gonna say exactly what I'm doing when I'm playing. So I'm gonna play C, I'll say C, etc. I'm playing 8 notes, so each chord gets 8 notes, literally, and I'm switching between them in the middle, no jumping allowed. All right, let's do it. 3, 4, C and 2 and 3 and 4 and F and 2 and 3 and 4 and B flat, try to see the position 2 and 3 and 4 and E flat and 2 and 3 and 4 and A flat and 2 and 3 and 4 and D flat, fifth position 2 and 3 and 4 and F sharp and 2 and 3 and 4 and B and 2 and 3 and 4 and E major and 2 and 3 and 4 and A 2, 3, 4 and D 2, 3, 4 and G 2, 3, 4 and C. Alright, so I know this is probably a little tricky, but this is really healthy. This is like eating 100 salads. Not at the same time. But you understand what I'm saying. It really forces us to see the notes, to hear the changes, and to kind of figure out in a musical way what is the option. When you're playing a solo, you want to be able to hear that. Switching between these triads to articulate. Yes. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful and interesting. I find this super helpful, and these are things that I practice all the time, so I just wanted to share with you. If you think someone would enjoy this, or if you enjoyed it, please click the like button and maybe drop me a comment. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.